Hello everybody, it's Beck here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I'll give y'all a few minutes to get in here. Today we are going to do mini art, which is basically one of the little art cards. We're going to do just a little art card to add to my box that I shared in my last video. We had created that box last year sometime. And then I also want to work in our rainbow journal, which this is a journal that was sent to me by Barbara Avery, and we're calling it our rainbow journal. And here's Barbara and the teddy bear that she is now wearing the sweater I made. Isn't it cute? Look at this teddy. So, and there's Miss Barbara right there. And then this is off my Canon selfie printer. I just downloaded her pictures that she shared with me to my phone, and then I print them off. And this is a postcard size, but I can put those pictures in the back with the original envelope, so I'll always have them. But I'm just going to do a quick flip through of the rainbow journal again for anybody that might have missed it. Hi, Natty. Let's see, can we get some straightness of sorts here? This is straight. Whoops. It's just really big. There we go. Oh, there we go. Right there, just barely. Hi, Janet. So I'm going to do a flip through. And for anybody that's missed the rainbow journal, and everything I'm using in this book was sent to me by my viewers. All my friends are here on YouTube. And each time we've gotten together to do a page, we do a different color from the rainbow. This one pops out. That's just got the description of what all is in here and how we're doing the journal. And then we've got our purple page, and we did a neutral page. So I'm thinking, what should we do on the next page? Do we want to go back to the beginning and do a red page? Or do we want to do maybe a black and white page this time? Just strictly black and white with maybe a pop of one color like red or turquoise or whatever. So when a few more people get here, we'll decide what color we're going to do. I've got a drink because I keep coughing. I think it's allergies. I'm going to set this aside though while more people get here before we start on an actual project. And I want to talk about a future project. And Anne kind of gave me this idea from her collage magazine. It's KOLAG is the name of the magazine. And in it, someone had done this huge collage using images from a year's worth of a magazine. And I can't remember which magazine it was, but I was thinking, what if we just take one issue at a time and put together collage pages, and then anything left over from that issue would get saved in a separate folder, so that by the time we got through a year's worth, I'm using Better Homes and Gardens. So I was going to share the images I've pulled from one issue of Better Homes and Gardens, and I'm not doing these in order by month. I just grabbed an older issue and pulled the images out I thought would be fun to play with. And this is a project we'll work on just every once in a while. Like maybe once a month, we'll do a magazine issue collage. So what you would do is just tear the whole magazine apart, and whatever speaks to you, go ahead and cut it out. That's what I've done here. And I've got it backwards on purpose. So see, I cut this bed out, and I went ahead and I cut out around there so something else can be back here now. I thought this was cool. It's a faucet. So just whatever speaks to you on the page. And here's the other cups. I went ahead and cut them. And then I've got, if I remember right, these are ears of corn, which I thought was fun. And this was another thing pouring into there. I just thought this could be a fun way. We might even do this in a composition journal. And so that when we're done, we'll have a completed journal eventually. And it might take us a year or two to fill it up. This is not something we're going to do weekly. Just every once in a while, I'll say, pull out your images from your magazine. There's a kitty cat. And faces are good too. And then even just little pieces like that. And this is a plant that was on a coffee table. I thought that was interesting. I just thought you'd like to see some of the things I decided to keep, because not everybody's used to doing fussy cutting and stuff. So this is just some images that I chose from a single issue of Better Homes and Gardens. You can choose any magazine you want. If you get a magazine in the mail or you get them, free some way, save about 12 magazines aside and then periodically go through and cut out the images and put them in a folder. I would say don't worry about going through all the magazines at once. Just choose one issue, cut your images out like I've done here. Then we'll do a collage and we'll use whatever images we decide to use. I'm thinking cover the whole page with the stuff we've cut out. And then if we have extra stuff, we'll keep it in a folder. And then the next time we get together, we would do that issue. But then when we're done, we take anything left from that and put it with the things left from this issue. So by the time we get toward the back, we'll have a folder that's just got stuff from every issue. I hope that's probably about as clear as mud, but that's what I'm thinking. So there's a chair. You can even just choose patterns. This one was interesting looking. It's a skeleton holding. He doesn't have any muscles, so I don't know how he's holding the weight. But anyway, here's another girl's face. And she had hair over here too, but I didn't like it to use as a collage image. So I just cut along her face. And I think that looked better. Not that her having more hair is a problem. It's just not what I thought. But look, I cut this umbrella and then I was putting them in here. And look, isn't this a cool hat for her? So that's the kind of thing. Look at things as being able to be used in other ways. So I think we'll do this next week. So if you've got an empty journal or you want to make a journal where you can do this project, feel free. I cut the pillow out. This is just a little star. Cut out words, soak up the sun. There's another plant in a jar. That's a brazier. Then I got some blackberries. And then I love this lady's look of surprise. Ice creams. And, and once we fill up whatever we decide to do, just a piece of green from the background is good too. So save some of the background colors. A horse's head. Some toes getting nail polish. There's something tiny right there. There's a pumice thingamajig. There's another little hat. So if you had a little face, we could put this on that horse. That would be funny. But I'm just thinking, try to cover a whole page. Look at that. Horse is wearing a hat. Hi, Mary. Hi, Nettie. Hi, Janet. Hi, Sherry. And you have a bunch you need to use. Now, these were the color samples. Better Homes and Gardens always gives you the latest colors in there. So I cut those out because I think there's some saying in here about color too. That's like one of those ceramic tables. There's some little tomatoes in a bowl. So you could do a tablescape. I've got eggs, tomatoes. There's a bit of green again. I cut out this tiny little watering can. Another just the print from a place on the page. Another print. This was just some drops. It looked like drops of oil. So grab your magazine, find you a magazine, just chop out things that you think are cool looking, and we'll work on a collage page. Look at the dog. The dog could wear that little hat too. There's a little cat's face. Or you could put the cat's face on the dog. So we could change it up. That would be weird looking. Just some shapes off an ad. Break down the page into components. Or we could put this little face on the dog. And there's a lady holding a baby. And this was just a tiny little cup. And you know, by the end of whatever time period we decide to do this, we could just save these and have them as prompt fodder. You know, pull something from your magazine project folder. Could be a prompt. We could add that to our prompt list. Write your own rules. Confidence. What is this one? Oh, I thought this would be cool. It's a paint roller. But you could cover the roller part in the middle with something that looks like you'd roll it out. This says love it. This one said paint it. Try it. I did try to cut out some words. There's fabulous. The good stuff. Porch days. Fast. Grab a spot. And sometimes it's the little things that make the biggest difference. So if you put that on a page, you could put this on a page and then have that page just for tiny images and then cover the entire page with little things. I think that would be a fun page to do. That might be one, that saying might be one that I hold onto until we've done 12 magazines worth of stuff and save aside little images to go with it. I like the hidden in plain sight. Hi, Chris. Give your cat the world. Well, they already dominate my world, so why not give them the rest of it, right? This was another strip off that same paint ad, but I thought it was so cool to hold that, and then it's somewhere down in there. We'll look at that again when we do this project. Choose color. I like this fireplace image. Find your bliss. That first night away. I like that symbol there. Find it. Bright ideas for inside and out, or you could use the back side of the color sample. Decorate with paint or the paint sample and some more little things. There's a pineapple and a little heart. So that's a project to keep in mind for next week. Just go through and take one magazine and go through and whatever speaks to you, fussy cut it out and put it in a folder and we'll use it next week. Okay? So that's our next project. Let's pull back and do the next. Let me make sure I've got my book right side up. I got to turn it. And Janet said, let's do a black and white page. So I will pull out black and white things to play with here, which I think I've shoved it all in the neutral pile. Yeah, it's all in the neutrals bag. So what we need to do is pull out the stuff that is clearly black and white. So that'll take a minute. That's not black or white, so we'll leave that. All right. So we've got words. They're clearly black and white. These are more in the neutral range, so we'll set them over here. That's black and white. That's black and white. That's black and white, black and white. That's more in neutrals, neutrals. That's a black and white sticker. I don't want to do trick or treat right now, so we're not going to do that. That imagine is all stamped out. I'm just going to do this really quick. That Braille page is black and white. I'll put those mushrooms there. That ant, we can call that. There's a girl. Now, everything I'm setting aside isn't necessarily going to be used on the page. I'm just quickly going through things. All these bugs I got from Lori Paint Girly. We could use some of this vellum, so I'll set the vellum aside. Now, Anne sent me these cool birds, Anne Lar. So, I like this heron right here. I'm going to cut the heron off. Some wings. Oh, that car is cool. Hi, Becca. Ooh, that butterfly. So Janet said, let's do black and white, but I want to do a pop of a color. So what color should we pop? When I'm quilting, I like to use bright red because it just looks so awesome when you do a black and white quilt. If I had thought about it, I would have pulled out the black and white round robin that I did many years ago at this point. But I didn't think about it. She's got a black and white dress on. We might use her. I do see like that. We could do a pop of pink and include this rose. I'm going to set those up there. I don't know if I'll use them or not, but it's an idea. Doing a quick look through here. I've got lots of doilies now, so they're all in here. What else do we have? All right, I think the rest of this is reading more neutral. So we'll shove most of this back into our bag and we'll start putting together a page. Oh, come on, get back in there. Shannon said red would be very nice. All right, so that's how quick I go through things, trying to pull stuff together. So let's bring our book back. We're going to be working on this side, so I'll leave it like this. Maybe glue those two down and then layer some other bits up. These words are more like things that we would use at the end, but that sticker could be fun as part of our background. That's again words. All right, let's see. I've got these. I'm just trying to get something on the background. And I had told Barbara that I probably would not cover her entire pages always. So this might have a little tinge of purple to the background. I kind of like sticking the music paper under the edge of that. I'm just going to randomly stick this stuff down. Anything that looks like background. If it's more focal imagey, I'll set it aside. These stickers could be part of the background. All right. I want this textured piece on here. I'm going to glue this stuff down, just real random like. So we need some glue. All right, Janet says, for next year, it would be fun to start a monthly collage theme project. That would be fun too. Like, I'm just going to ask to a little clarification as far as a theme, like each collage page would have a theme. So maybe pull everything to do with cows together or horses together. So we'd have like a theme for every page. Is that what you're talking about? Hi, Kimberly 557. All right, let's get some stuff to glue this down with. And I need to follow my own what's the word? Advice. I'm going to use this heavy gel medium because I keep finding products that I have that have gone hard, dried out, all of that. So today I'm using heavy gel medium on here. Ugh, it smells horrible. Ugh. I probably glued that on upside down. It's okay. It's been a long time since I took piano lessons, so I probably have glued it on upside down. Don't be afraid to just glue stuff down. You don't always have to have a technique or a plan in action. If you just glue things down, you'll end up with a background. Once it's covered, it's covered. Unless you're doing a theme. If you're doing a theme, you might want to think about it a little bit more, but I'm just smacking stuff down. Shannon, don't know what you have in mind for later. Shannon will be on this afternoon. This is a little heavier. It might need some heavier glue, but I don't know. It might not because this is heavy gel medium. I did get my mail that was delivered to my neighbor. Thank you, Kathy Cole. I got everything. Thank you. I'll look at chat here in a minute as soon as I get the rest of these bits glued on. I'm going to tear this again because I can, and I want to. I've been trying to keep up with all of the Vlogmas videos, but I can't do it. Not and create myself. There's just no way. There's just too much to watch and see and do and all. I bet everybody else is having that same quandary. You just can't do it all and do your own thing too. So I've been watching. I went ahead and I broke down and I got a Paramount Plus membership because it was like $4.99 a month. So I get to watch Criminal Minds because, you know, I just have to see it. Mary's hands are too busy to chat today. I've been there too this week. I've started that new Afghan and it's coming together pretty nice. I want to use all of these bits up. Because if we get them glued down to the paper, then they're a done deal. I'm probably putting way more of this matte medium on here than I need, but I'm using it and it won't be on my cart drying out anymore. I've got some stuff on the table. If some of this starts popping up, I'll put some glue all underneath it. Now the paper that was on here that Barbara had put down is kind of rippling a little bit, but we're just going to call that texture and not worry about it. All right. I had to get a wet one because my hands are getting all sticky. Let's glue some of this Braille paper on here. Maybe put a piece there and a piece there. And I'm thinking I'll just put some Scotch Quick Dry down. Just spreading the glue around with my finger. Really don't want to push hard with the palette knife and flatten the Braille. I want the Braille to still be sticking up. I am just getting covered in glue, but that's okay. I asked Janet that question and then I didn't pay attention. There's Lori. She's the one that sent me the bugs. But I'm not using any today because they're not clearly black and white, and we're doing a black and white page. I've got to get rid of notifications so I can see you guys. Let's see. Okay. She said yes, exactly. So I'm assuming we'll have a theme for each page. All right. I'm going to put this other piece on this side. Oh, that's going to cover up that butterfly wing. Maybe a little piece of this down here. Nettie attends Chat and Craft on Thursdays in Anne's group. She doesn't leave her videos up. If she does a video, the stinker takes them back down. We keep trying to tell her she needs to do videos because she does really good. So I've made progress. I've hung the wreath on the front door and I hung my Christmas card banner. Woohoo! Oh, that could be fun, Janet. I think we might have to do us up a list of theme ideas though, and have a theme journal. That could be fun. That would almost be like doing Janet Young's scavenger hunt journal, where you get images off her list, but we would do it as themes to do a whole page in. I've got a little bird at the front door sitting on the rail. I've opened the door so the cats can look at the outdoor cats and growl at each other. My sister-in-law thought it was an ad, the picture of my wreath. She was going to scroll on by, and then she realized it was the wreath that I had made. I do like this stuff. This is a piece of wallpaper. Oh, awesome. I was Nettie's first Christmas card. Woohoo! Yeah, and my address is in Beth's group. It's in my group. It's in, I don't know where all it is anymore. I think it's still in the Arts of Streams group. So if you send me a card, I'll send you one of mine. That's why I was pointing out that information. This is going to be a very tactile page because we got all these different textures going on. I've gotten cards from, well, I said Mina's was my first card. I had forgotten Janet Nash had sent me a beautiful Christmas package, and in it she has the prettiest little tag type ornament. So Janet Nash is actually the first Christmas mail I got, but as far as Christmas card was from Mina. And then I got a card from Kathy Cowell, Calico Kate. Thanks to the neighbor down the street bringing it back to me. All right, these stickers would be cool on here too. Let's stick these on. Oh. These vellum stickers things are so beautiful, but oh my gosh, they are so hard to get started. Maybe that's up enough that what's really bad is my fingers have gotten sticky too. I'll get my pokey tool. Oh, is that it? I need to get new glasses ordered. We had an oopsie as far as insurance though, and Scott thought he had me on the insurance for everything, and the only thing I'm on there for is medical and prescriptions, not for my dentist appointments or my eye doctors. So oops. But hopefully this place will hire him on direct, and we'll fix that boo-boo in July. This may need more glue to stick down. You know, stickers, once they start getting old, they're not reliable. You should never trust a sticker. There's Janet UK. I saw your message. So I'm glad you had a little bit of good news. This car is so cool. Might have it driving along there. I'm going to use all these stickers just to get them used up, I think. Oh, here we go again. I got to sit down and mess with this sticker. Then we need to put pops of red on here. We'll have to come up with some kind of saying. That one doesn't really fit. There's always take the scenic route is on this list of things that somebody else mailed to me. Come on, I want to put this car on here. Is that it? Is it loose? This car is so cool looking. We'll stick it down like it's running on top of this wallpaper. Past the mushrooms. Now, is this sticker paper? I don't think so. I think this has to be glued. It says, always take the scenic route. I'm going to stick that right behind the car. Oh, not upside down, though. That would be very Anne, wouldn't it? We'll put that right there. See, this is coming up. This gel medium may be on the old side, too. So we're just playing now. I'll spread this glue out on this white piece of cardstock. Hi, Mary Lou. I'm fussy cutting, so of course I'm sitting here making my mouth go. So Greg got home from work late this morning because it was really foggy, and he almost hit a car that was already wrecked in the middle of I-77. So Mama had a heart attack, but he's fine. He turned it all in and all. Spoke with the police and said, you need to get somebody out there. I hope nobody was hurt. I'm glad Greg got home safe. And I told him, I said, you need to pay attention because they're supposed to be closing I-77 in both directions. So traffic will be getting rerouted through Columbia for a while. It's our understanding while they fix the bridges, because going anywhere on I-77 near Columbia, South Carolina, you have to dodge so many potholes on the bridges. It's like a fair ride of its own. I try not to travel up there. I usually go through town, except when, school's changing and stuff, because USC is just across the river, and it's just really heavy. We get a lot of kids anymore. It just looks funny because he doesn't have any legs. So I'll need to do something to hide the fact that he doesn't have legs. That might be too many's on there. I'm going to save him for something else because the fact that he doesn't have any legs is driving me crazy. Got this lady's face right here. And what I'm thinking, I'm going to glue her down. Oh, it was so bad this morning. I looked out and I was worried about Scott leaving. Scott drives all on 2-lane roads. It's all back roads to the small town that he's now working in. He keeps mentioning to me how nice it is out there. So who knows? We'll see what that says. All right. And then I was thinking just a piece of this vellum just set over top. Maybe just put a little strip of glue along the top. Like so. So you could lift that once it's dry. And on this, I was thinking of stamping my date on it. I could just put this here. I wonder if I can get my date stamped on there now. Let me see. Looks kind of like a hot mess, but what is today's date? The 7th? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see if I got it on there. Yep. There we go. Got my date on there. Woohoo! What else do I have here? I like that butterfly better than I like the doily. All right, I'm going to see if I can read the chat now. We can go down there and take some pictures. It's actually 2 towns close together. One's Batesburg, one's Leesville. But when people ever say it, it's always Batesburg, Leesville. They always seem to be said together, even though it's 2 towns. I think they now have just one government, one mayor, one, police force. It's Batesburg, Leesville, I believe. I could be wrong. Not saying it's true. It's just the way they handle everything down there. That was talked about. So I don't know if it ever passed or not. I'm cutting this lady out that Deb Farrell sent me. She's got these big old hoop earrings on. And on this one, it looks like her ear is huge. So I was thinking about just cutting her earrings off, but she's very hoity-toity here, so we better leave her earrings on. And I'll be back where you can see what I'm doing. I'm basically just cutting this lady out. You guys know how to use scissors, don't you? So there she is. Let's see here. That's probably glued down good now. Don't want to cover the car. She'll fit right there. We might put her there. But do we want to give her some wings? Oh, yes, we want to give her wings. Nettie, I think you sent me these wings. They are stickers, aren't they? Oh, give me a minute. Dee Dee would say, oh, we're just going to glue it. Because I can't seem to get the... If it's got a backing on it, I can't... Oh, for crying out loud. Well, oh, drives me mad. Here, let's do this. I'll put a little glue right there. So whether it has stick 'em on the back or not. No, she's not the first fairy in this journal, but I'm going to leave her wings glue free where they're exposed so that you don't see that glue. I have lots of fairies and butterflies in here. Getting it glued down on that braille is an issue. There we go. So that'll get saved and that'll get saved. I think we have enough stickers on this page. She looks like she's floating, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add some red there and make it look better. All right, I'm only going to glue this butterfly in the middle because I want his wings to stay free, just like hers are free from the page. So I'm just going to put this big butterfly right there. I got a lot of glue on there, but see, these are still loose. Here we go. All right, now I'm going to do the pop of red now. Oh, I know. It's in this stuff over here. It'll probably be in the bottom box. Look. Yep, it's in the last box. Of course it is. All right, pop of red time. Now this says it's glitter tape, but again, I've never been able to get the backing off from this stuff, ever. Gonna make me a liar now? Well, let's do this. You know the trick of folding ribbon in half and then cutting it. In half once it's folded. If I can get it to fold and then stay folded while I cut it. These are cheap scissors. I can tell. Oh, see, it didn't cut right. But I was thinking maybe we'll just put a strip across here instead of that. I'll just smooth it. All right. I'm going to give this an attempt. Yeah, Nettie says, watch it just pull right off. It's supposed to just pull right off, but I think you guys have watched me struggle with this before. I'd say I talked Scott into a little road trip this weekend, but we really have got to work on that bathroom. We need 2 bathrooms. I'm over a single bathroom. I'm going to just glue this stuff down because it is not, I don't care, it says tape. It's not acting like tape. But my idea was put this down here to kind of give her a platform to rest on. Oh, glue it down. Nettie, you're a hoot. Nettie says she's over it. Just glue it down. It's okay. I agree. Just glue it down. Except now I've got so much glue on it. Oh, my sparkly's going to be knocked back some. It'll be all right, though. And then I was thinking putting a strip up from the bottom so I'd have another pop of red on here. Like right here. That's too long. Okay. Less is more, Becky. Less is more. If y'all missed the One Lisa show, she did the reveal of her dress for the banquet that she was going to attend. And it turned out really pretty. So if you haven't seen Lisa's gown, it's basically a gown that she made. It was very, very pretty. We used to go to Christmas parties, but we don't anymore because the companies aren't putting them on like they used to. Oh, see, I wanted to have, can I pick this up and move it over a little bit? There we go. Now, will this fit here? Because this was what I wanted. I wanted it to just peek from behind this piece of trim. And we can put some more sayings on here. The pop of red with black and white is just awesome. If I'd been thinking, I would have given her red lips, but I wasn't thinking about it at that time. And I've got one little piece of ribbon left here, and I always like counts of 3. So let's see, maybe over here. Or maybe up here. I think I like it at the top of the page better up here. Uh-oh. Keep her wing free. There we go. All right. So there's that little pop of red. Wish I had some just tiny little glitter pens, fine tip glitter pen. That would be neat because then I could give her red lips, but I don't have that. So, oh well. Let's see if we can find some more words. Maybe some on a black background would show up better, which I have right here. And these I'll shove back in our black and white or neutral bag. And then I was thinking our mini art will be next. So if you want to participate in the mini art, if you made a mini art box, if you want to get a piece of paper together to do a small piece, we'll be doing that next. Well, let me go back to some of these that are on this black and white paper. Blessed are the curious. Let's cut that out and use that. Blessed are the curious. That's not the school bus already. Goodness. Somebody going by, their brakes sounded just like on the buses that go by. I think we have 3 buses go by the house. I guess that's one for elementary, one for middle school, one for the high school. Blessed are the curious. I've got another sheet with black and white. Oh, I like to see possibilities everywhere. So I'll cut that one out. I think these are just on cardstock, so I've been gluing them in because I think these came from somebody that had this stamp with all these sayings. I'm trying to hit the trash can, but I'm not being very successful, so I'm going to have to sweep when I get done here. It's all hitting the floor. Might as well give up at this rate. You get a whole caravan of school buses. Wow. The elementary school kids used to walk here because it was just up the road. But not anymore. It's a ways from the house. The line for parents picking up kids is humongous. Oh, these are the snarky ones. Everyone was thinking it. I just said it. I'm sorry. Did I just roll my eyes out loud? I'm starting to think I will never know better. People who tolerate me on a daily basis, they're the real heroes. Relax. We're all crazy. It's not a competition. And that's a horrible idea. What time? This is all more like traveling and stuff. And then I've got these, which I think these are called tiny somethings. Okay, I'm going to glue this one down. And then I'm going to do a little, I was thinking we'd do a seasonal page with scraps for not really a page. It's going to be an art card for my little folder. I need to do Blessed Are the Curious. Now, if you didn't want to use big strips of tape, you could also use the little acrylic gems if you have them and just sprinkle them about the page. This one's very tactile. You can feel all the textures. The butterfly. These leaves are slick and shiny. The ribbon is glittery, so it's rough. Very tactile. I feel like we need a row of quotes right here. I like this, let life surprise you. Put a little glue on it too, even though it is a sticker, because you know, never trust a sticker. I just like to put lots of little messages on the page. If it's not a great big long quote, just simple little sayings like that are nice. I like this. Say yes to new adventures. And then I'll put my RAM on it and we'll call it good. Oh, I like that. A sentimental journey. Let's put this down here in this place that looks kind of blank. And then we'll call that. That is that. And I'll put the extra in. Put this right here. So you can still see some of Barbara's paper behind. So I'm burying all the evidence of any candy wrappers that ever may have occurred. And I've got these things here go back in our neutral bag. All right. I'm going to leave the glues out because we'll be using them again. And I'll turn it so you can see it. Does it look balanced enough? I could probably use some more dark down in here. Something dark. But I don't know what. Because I'm awful heavy on the dark up here. So to balance it, I really need to put something right there. Let me see. Let me peek in here. I don't know if this will work or not. No, because I tore the wrong one. Oh, see, I don't want to cover up my little birdies. I mean, my butterfly there. I'm going to turn it around real quick. Yeah, that'll work. I just want to balance this out just a little bit more. It's going to drive me crazy that it's top heavy on the darkness. I can still see some of that butterfly bit in the back. That makes me feel better. my little signature on it. And we'll call that page good enough. There you go. Maybe you could use a little dark over here too. That's where putting some, if you just take a picture of your page, you can look at the picture and you'll see what your eye won't see when you're looking direct at the page. I know that sounds crazy, but it really does help to make your brain see something a bit differently. Okay? We're going to call that good enough. I'm going to walk away because every time I look at it, I see more area that's just too white and stark, like right here and right here. I need to spread it out so it's balanced. But for right now, we're going to call it good. Let me grab my box that I've been talking about. So if you're done with your journal page and you don't want to play anymore, all we're going to do next is a small mini page. This needs to set somewhere to dry open. I keep saying mini page. That's not what I mean. It's a mini piece of art. And I think we spoke about maybe even turning these into journaling prompt cards by putting a prompt on the back. This one I put some clear coat on. And while we've been working on that, it's dried. So I'm going to mount this on a black base and then put it in here. And I've already got these cut, so we don't have to wait around. Let me see if I've got a scrap that I can get a black background on there. If not, I'll just grab another piece of black from over here. All right, this will work. And this was a cigar box that we decorated. I still would like to get down in there with something and get rid of that white looking stuff from the doily, but we'll do that another time. So I forgot how big my squares are. Let me measure it. My squares are 3 3/8 by 3 1/2. So I'm going to cut this black at 3 1/4. No, 3 3/4. 3 3/4, and I'm going to write that down here. 3 3/4 by 5/8. 3 5/8. And what would be good is if I just take this piece of black cardstock and go ahead and cut it all up into those sizes. And then that way I'll have mats already cut. And I ought to put a note as to how big the pieces are. So if I cut this at 3 3/4, and I cut this at 3 3/4, I have a scrap, and I'll stack these nice and even. And I'll cut these at 3 5/8. We'll do another one, 3 5/8. Make sure your edges are even, so you're cutting all of them at the same time. And let's see if this is big enough to do 3 5/8 again. It is. And then just a little bit of scraps. And these technically could go in my neutrals envelope over here. All right. So now I've got some mats cut. But I was thinking, what if we do like a holiday collage on one of these? And I will not worry about, I meant to keep 2 of those black pieces out. And I wanted to show this because we may not be able to mount the piece we're going to work on right away. Yeah, like this. Oh, did I cut it wrong? Oh no, I cut these wrong. What did I cut wrong? That's the 3 3/4. Oh, I cut this at 3/8, 3 3/8. So these are all the wrong size. Razzle dazzle. That's okay. I'll save these for little cards to stick in Happy Mail. I'll make cards to fit the mats. I'll cut 2 mats to fit the 2 that we're going to do today. And then I will have to make a note because I don't want to mess up again. So 5/8, 3 5/8 by 3 3/4. It's just paper, right? It's just paper. 3 3/4. 3 3/4. So even somebody that does stuff all the time cuts wrong sometimes. Okay, here we go. And we'll glue this down or tape it down, one or the other. This one we did in July. That's when we did this box, was in July. Hi, Joyce. Anybody I missed coming in, hello. I'm just going to put tape around the edge. And I'll just take it off just a little bit on each side because you can, if the tails are free, you can always pull it off the rest of the way nice and slow because this backer paper will tear if you try to pull it too quickly. But most everybody that sent me a card last year should have gotten their cards by now, except maybe the ones overseas or in Canada because it looks like anywhere worldwide takes forever anymore. There we go. Now see, I can put another piece of paper on the back and write a prompt on it, or I can type the prompts up on a sheet and then I can share it that way and you guys can print your own out and then glue or stick them on the back of your own art cards. Let me verify that this is going to fit in here after I cut that mat. It should. It does. See? It fits perfect. So I will leave that out. And I will put this mat out of our way. So let's do, y'all want to do a prompt cane seasonal thing? Or do you want to just, I want to make sure I'm doing this the right way. All right. That's up. Because there's a slight difference width to height wise, and I want to make sure I'm getting it right. So I drew me an arrow. And I'm not going to tape mine off. I usually will tape this down, but I'm going to leave it free. And we'll do a tiny prompt session. So tiny prompt session time. And let me get some cards out here. I've started my very own Janet Nash deck right here. These are Janet Nash prompts. So when I get that all finished, I'll have a big set like Janet does. But for today, the kitty cat rubber band broke. Let's use the kitty cat cards. And I will leave it up to you, but I'm going to try to put a seasonal twist on this. And we're only going to do, oh, enjoy your dinner. Janet, no problems. Enjoy your dinner. It's a very English day here in the United States. Cold, foggy, rainy. I'm going to do just the 6 prompts like Janet does on Mondays. But I'm going to use my kitty cat cards, and I carved this little kitty cat. So I'm going to just count out 6. 1, we'll move a few. There's 2, move a few. Move a few. 3, move a few. 4. This ought to be interesting. 5. And 6. And I'll have to find a new rubber band for the kitty cats. All right. So let's do these in order. First one says stencil. Stencil. I'm going to think seasonally. Let's see here. I'm just looking to see what I have that's kind of... Oh, there's one I made on a paint sample, and it looks like snowflakes. I just punched that with a punch I have, and it's just on a paint sample from Lowe's. So let's play with that. And I'm going to use blue, a wintry blue. Let's see here. Whew, I need to watch for paint sales. I got Calypso blue, and then I will mix it with some white so that it's not as intense. I drew this ogre. See the ogre? Whee! I was watching something last night and started doodling. There's Barbara. Barbara, we did a page in the Rainbow Journal. So you'll have to go back to the beginning. I'm going to show it at the end, but just letting you know. And now we're doing a tiny art page or card to go in my little art card box that we made in July. Trying to get me a nice snowy looking blue. That'll do. That'll do, donkey. I'm trying to be quiet, and I shut the door, but you know, the cats immediately open it. And we're going to stencil through a paint sample that I punched some snowflake shapes out of. So let's put this on like it's a border with maybe the snowflakes coming off the page a little. You just don't want to have a ton of paint to push down through. Maybe I can cover the whole page. Let's see. And you don't have to wash these because they're paper. And if you try to wash them, it'll probably ruin them. And I just got to remember, if I turn it, I've got to check to see which direction it goes. Stamp off. A very snowy background. Whoops. Maybe put a couple more right here. So don't be afraid to use your punches to make your own stencils, because if you get these paint samples from like the store, they are really good to make your own stencils on. And I'll just take my leftover paint and my little tiny composition book that Dee Dee has me doing wipe-offs in. Maybe do a I don't have my paint jug in here to drop that in. And maybe put this over here this way. Let's scoop up as much of that as I can. Anybody that's been around here for any time, I don't throw my drop paper away often. I turn around and use it as fodder to make a page. So see, I can put a quote in the middle. I can add more to this, whatever. Let me go get my paint jar so I can throw my sponges in it. All right, and we're ready for the next prompt because it's tiny art. This shouldn't take a long time to do this. My hands are sticky from the first part. Add swirls is the next prompt. Add swirls. Actually, if I get my big book out, I think I have something with add swirls. What did I get? Looking through my mega box of stencils. Swirls. These are kind of swirly. We're going to call these swirly. Maybe I'll use a different shade of blue on top of this. And only in a little bit of areas. Or, no, let me think. How about a metallic silver? Just here and there. Because it's so tiny, I need just a tiny bit of paint. And I'm saying that out loud so that I don't squeeze it very hard. Because, I mean, I need the smallest amount of paint ever. Maybe some up here. And I'll put these prompts in the description box below. So there's some swirls. I'll wipe that metallic off. Good enough. Good enough for government work. All right, let's see what it says next. Add a napkin. Okay, that's going to take me a second because I got to dig napkins out. Something in a blue and white range, I'm thinking. I need to get to sewing, so I have some things to share on Friday. All right, I'm thinking Christmas themes. I'm going to just chunk those aside because I have a lot of summery stuff. Well, this is Christmassy, but it's not in the color range, but does it matter? Just take a quick peek and see. It's another one that's kind of Christmassy. I have a bunch of napkins. I am just digging through here. And I have a bunch more than I had because of Dee Dee sending me napkins. Okay. Let's see if I've got anything else in here. I have some kitty cats that are in our color family. That is a school bus going by. It's not. I keep thinking it's not time for the school bus though. I have more time. I do have to get off and cook dinner. I'm gonna be bad, and I'm making it's called a chocolate magic cake. I got the recipe off the internet, if I can remember. Oh, how stinking cute. I don't know if it'll fit, and I don't know what we'd have to do over top of it. But I'm thinking I've got to use that one. Because it's a red car, and it's Christmas, and it says Santa on it. So yes, we're going to use that one. Let me shove all this stuff back in my, as Barb Owen would say, don't look at this if seeing crumpled things bothers you. Oh, man. All right, I'll straighten that after we sign off. Because I can do that later. And I know I can stamp on top of that and use it for something else. That was actually the other half of the napkin, I think. I'm going to just apply this to my card, and then I'll cut it off afterwards. It's not all going to fit on here, and that's fine. Oh, come on, stand up. Oh. Let's get some stuff to stick it down with. You know what? I'm just going to use glue all and hope it sticks it down okay. I'll just spread it with a damp brush. Now I just worry about what are we going to put over top of our napkin. But you can't do that. You can't worry when you're doing mixed media. You just have to go with the prompts. Now you can take these prompts and put them in an order that makes you more happy if you want to do this again later, and you can reorder them. Cindy does that all the time. Make them your own. All right, so now I want to get his wheels on here. Aren't my fingers pretty? There we go. And all right, certainly that's pushed down out there. That's just a glass coaster I have over here. All right. If this starts coming off, I will glue the edges back down. But for right now, I'm just going to leave it. And I'm going to tell you guys what the next prompt is. I'm really hoping that it's not anything that's going to obliterate this little car, because I think it's adorable. So let's see. We still got 3 more to go. Add something that makes you smile. Add something that makes you smile. Well, let's put a little glitter on here. I know. That doesn't make me smile. That makes me cringe. But what I'm thinking, I have this diamond stickles. And I'm thinking just put little snowflakes. Little dots. Little teeny dots. Just randomly all over the place. So like it's snowing. And I may have to turn the heat gun on to dry a little bit. We never have a white Christmas here, ever. Our snow comes in January and February. The rest of the time, it's just meh. Cloudy and depressing. All right, that makes me smile. You can't really see it much, but it's on there. I'm not going to try to lift it. I am covered. All right, so let's see. Oh, yes, we'd love to see it. If you've done either the art page or the if you've done this little page or the big rainbow book page, I'd love to see it. Or if you're just like on Instagram, if you tag me Becky Carr McCauley, Carr with 2 R's, that'd be great. All right, next. Stamp with a household item. Well, I'm going to have to dry this some. And before I can do that, I've got to put the napkins away properly so I can get to the dryer. I wonder if I can get this in there now. I broke the top on my napkin holding box. That's something else I really need to do is a napkin journal because Dee Dee was nice enough to send me all these napkins. I ought to separate them by theme. And then we could do a journal that's just a themed journal and maybe just cover each page with a different napkin and then add a quote that kind of fits the page. That would be such an easy journal. You know that? If you just covered the page with a napkin and then added a quote or a statement or whatever. It would be a 2-item journal. A napkin and a quote. A napkin and a quote. Okay, I'm going to heat gun alert. I'm trying to think of what I'll use to stamp with. So we'd have to get together some quotes that speak to us and maybe get them put on sticker paper. And then get your napkins in order. We could do one that was all garden. Hi, Gail. Do a garden themed one with flowers. Maybe just stamp the edges for a border. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I got to get that stickles to calm down. All right, I'll let that continue drying. Hopefully I can stamp without disturbing anything. A household item. I just redid my cart, so everything was nice and neat, but oh well, that's gone now. Well, first thing that dropped into my hand was the children's flip-flop. So I'm thinking I might do like Janet said and just do a little stamping right on the edges to give it a border of sorts. And I think I'm going to use gold. That's the Venetian gold. I don't care for that one as much as I like the 24 karat. 24 karat gold is my favorite gold by Deco Art. This Extreme Sheen 24 karat gold, because it's a very gold. It's not dulled down. Oh, a gnome world. That would be cool. So let's see. I'm going to put down a little roll of gold. And it would probably be easier. Oh, not in the paint. That's kind of a border. I just don't want to interrupt the little car. So now I need my little book back to pick up this gold. So let's turn to another page. Something that's already got a background on it. When I get all of these pages covered in paint, I'm going to have to go in and do some taping or gluing or something. Oh, this would be perfect here. Let's put these in here. Don't want to waste our 89-cent paint, which is now, what, $2? All right, I think that's all the paint I'm going to get picked up. Oh, maybe not. I don't usually clean the flip-flops. I usually put them back in and just let it dry like that. That's like bonus color when it comes off. All right, come on. Let's put this stuff up as we go along so that it's not a nightmare later. All right. This is going to be a fun little book when I get it ready to go. All right, so there was that one. And hopefully I'm still right side up. I am. All right, this is the last prompt. Use green or aqua. Green or aqua. I'm going to leave these in order. So I'll remember to type them up in that order. Green or aqua. Let's put a green border with something. What can we do? Let's do this. Let's get more of a piney green like this. I'm looking at paintbrushes. Let's see what I can do with this one. Here comes the mail. Here comes the mail. Oh, there's a package of some sort. It's probably Scott's because he said he was supposed to get it yesterday. Look how thick that stuff is. Oh, well. I know you're not supposed to paint out of your can, but this stuff's so thick, it's not coming out. So I'm thinking make some leafy shapes. around the edge. You could make this look like pine boughs coming off the side of your page if you wanted to. Like there's a tree, like they're driving out of the Christmas tree forest or whatever. Uh-oh, that don't look like much of a leaf there. So I hope you guys have enjoyed hanging out with me. I am going to add some red berries to these leaves because I think they need it. And when it's dry, I will trim all this away with a pair of scissors. And make sure you take a moment to come back and leave comments. Oops, I've gone too far down. I'm putting together a goodie box from a lucky winner that leaves me comments. I'm making things. So like if I make something to go in the family gift box that I'm putting together, I go ahead and I make a duplicate, and I'm trying to stick a duplicate of whatever I'm making for a family friend and sticking it in my giveaway box. So I've already added a Christmas card banner, hint, hint, to that box. And all you got to do is leave a comment on the videos for December, because I pull the winner from those that have left comments on my videos. And I get Scott to give me a number, and I count the videos, and I tell him the number of videos I've done in that month. And then he picks the video by number only. He doesn't look and see who's made comments or any of that. I just walk into the other room and I say, give me a number between such and such and such and such. And then I take that video over to random YouTube random comment picker, and I copy the URL for that video, and then it goes out and it populates the random choice thingamajig with all of the comments. And what you do is you tell it to take out any duplicates. So everybody gets one entry from that video. No matter how many comments you leave on the video, you only get one entry. And then it picks a winner. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. Some months the prize is bigger than others. It's all, what I have had time to either make, or if I found something neat while shopping. So it's worth leaving a comment, even if it's just a, hello, I was here. I'm looking at not my paintbrushes now, but the backs of the paintbrushes, because I want one with a skinny bottom, because I want to make little berries. Oh, hi, Barb. How are you doing? the gold paint is still wet, so it's sticky to the touch. And I'm going to include some things that I consider some of my favorite things in the Christmas one. So the December one will be a nice sized little gift to put together. And what I do is when I pull the winner, I go ahead and mail whatever I've got pulled together. I try to have it all ready to go before the winner's even chosen. And it usually goes out the first week of the next month. I'm really sticking to the napkin. If you wanted to add some dimension to this, you could put some of these red dots on top of the dots that are on the napkin. Oh, is Devin here too? Hi. Gail, this Barb is in Canada. We have a lot of Barbs. We have a lot of Beckys. We have a lot of Janets. We have a lot of Barbaras. If I knew more about leather, I might try to get me a job at the Tandy Leather place. He was looking for someone to sit at the shop, but it's probably too late in the year now. Plus, I enjoy being home. Who am I kidding? I enjoy making good things, which that's another reason I need to finish up on here so I can go make that chocolate magic cake. I bought vanilla bean ice cream to go with it. Try to stick it in the refrigerator so it doesn't go bad before we can eat it all up. And I also bought the ingredients for the chocolate cherry cookies that I reposted the recipe. The reason I've been reposting those recipes is so I can find them again. I did print it off, but if it's on my page, I can find it again too. But they're pink. All right, I am going to do the berries on because, I think it'll be good. Just add a little bit extra. I think I missed some up here. They don't look red. So you can always bring out what's in the napkin with a little paint. As long as you don't go too crazy, it'll be all right. You could even paint a little bit on the car to bring some of the redness of the car out if you wanted to. But I am not going there because if I get started, I end up painting the whole thing. You could do the ones in the tree too, but I'm not doing that. All right, so this needs to dry here. You need my little book again. Let's turn to a page that doesn't have anything on it, and I'll just glob this on. I think I'm going to have to tape this a lot because it's not stitched. The pages are just glued in, and because I keep adding moisture to it, it's kind of falling apart. That adds charm, right? That's charm. Charm has been added. All right, guys, and you need to see the page we did earlier in the rainbow journal. So I have just the last page, the inside back cover, and then the outside cover, and I'll have this journal is done. So there we go. That's what we did today. And this will get trimmed, and I'll put it on its mat. So it'll get put on a mat, and it'll go in the box with its friend here. So that'll be matted on a black piece, just like this one. All right, guys. So I hope you guys have enjoyed your time with me. It's been nearly 2 hours, and that's good enough. So thank you guys for hanging with me. I will have to add the date on here somewhere, just so I remember what day we did this. Thank you for being here, Mary. And Shannon's coming on right now, and she says she's going to stream until 3:30. So jump on over to Art Junkies channel, okay? Oh, Barb Filion, you came in late. These are art cards to go in my art book box that we made in July, and I'm going to put prompts on the back of them. So these are going to become my some prompt cards in this cigar box that we did in July. All right. Bye, guys. Let's go over and see Shannon.